What's up, family? How you doing? Hey, it is your favorite life coach, the one and only Darian Allen, Invest in Yourself life coach and transformation coach. I'm your guy, and welcome back to the series of boundaries. Now, you've seen the first episode of boundaries. We're talking about general boundaries such as porous, rigid, and healthy boundaries. And I'm gonna put the video link somewhere around here so you check that out. But today I'm back at it again. We're talking about emotional boundaries and what does that look like? What are emotional boundaries and how we can have people respect them? Because sometimes I understand that there is a lack of knowledge of not knowing what emotional boundaries are. And there are times we have people who cross those boundaries and we allow ourselves to get worked up. The whole goal of this whole series is not to allow yourself to get worked up, not allowing someone to steal your joy, because investing into yourself is all part of that. Setting boundaries, where you are an asset, so treat yourself as an asset, not a liability. Or emotional boundaries. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. Emotional boundaries often have to do with how others talk and treat us. And they aren't always things we think to set until, after a boundary has already been crossed. This is okay though. Let's say you got into an argument, right? And with someone and they called you an unkind name. Now, at first, we don't really think there's nothing really much about it, but we gotta understand there's so much to that. Like, why are we allowing ourselves to do that? And once they called you a name that you really don't like, once you have both calmed down, the best way to set an emotional boundary with that person is one, approach them. Now, you have to be able to ask to speak about the argument because we need to be able to have healthy conversations without our emotions getting involved, because we've already been in an emotional state and it's already been high. Let's say you argue with your babe and things happen, or you argue with your best friend and things just hit the fan. We gotta find a better way to deal with these things, right? So after we ask how we deal with these arguments, how can we talk about it on any part that you may have played in an argument going astray, going left, you know what I'm saying? And after that, tell them that you are not okay with the name that you were called and that you need them to engage. If you're going to talk to me nice. You know what I'm saying? And if you're going to engage without stooping to a level like that in the future, because at the end of the day, you are an asset, not a liability. So treat yourself as an asset. You wouldn't I always use this practice when I talk to my clients. Would you ever allow your child to go through what you're going through? I usually get the answer no. And I ask them, then why are you allowing yourself to go through that? That doesn't make no sense, right? But hey, let's go ahead and continue, right? Now, how do you develop emotional boundaries? There's a few steps. You can also look this up. There are so many ways. So one, you can ask for help without feeling guilty. That's just one way of setting emotional boundaries. You can delegate tasks to other people when you have too much, when you're feeling overwhelmed. That's one way to set yourself an emotional boundary. See, an emotional boundary is basically giving yourself a cushion to give yourself peace and love. That's what that is. When your emotions are high and you're not aligned and you're not on your spot and you let people get you off your spot, things go haywire and it's not the place you want to be. I encourage you to allow yourself to have those emotional boundaries. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with asking for time. There's nothing wrong with asking for space. If you're at work, there's nothing wrong with asking. That's why you got PTO. Hey, can I get some time off, please? Because I am overwhelmed. There's nothing wrong with having that me time. And you deserve that. You deserve that peace. You deserve that love. You deserve that happiness. You know what I mean? You deserve to have that transformation. You deserve to have those things. If someone can't respect your peace, respect those emotional boundaries that you're setting, it says a lot about them. If someone cannot respect you as a person, as an individual, who you are, it says a lot about them. And we got to get to the root of that. At times, it's generational curses that we're taking on from generation to generation to generation. Be the one to stop that curse. Generational is impact. Impact is generational, but so is ignorance. And this is just a way for you not to be ignorant. And this is a way for you to gain this knowledge. Set those emotional boundaries today. I encourage you to do that today. I've done it before. I used to let people walk over me. I used to just give and give and give until I couldn't give no more, and not realizing that I am drained. And I have to understand there are times that I got to be able to take myself away emotionally so I can refill myself, re-love on myself, so I will be able to love someone else. Because you can't love no one whole if you're loving yourself partially. There's no such thing. This is Invest in Yourself Life Coaching. This is your favorite life coach, transformation coach, Darian Allen.